hope y'all ready to go to work. Alright. How you doing? My name is Denzel. I'm your personal finance geek. And today we're talking about debt. Student loan debt, credit card debt, personal debt. Alright. What you're seeing is going to be an example of a friend of mine attending UF. So we're talking about, college student getting ready to graduate, is about to step into a lot of debt, and we're trying to solve for the four things, right? How to increase our income, increase cash flow, lower expenses, raise our credit score, all using our own income. How do we do that? How do we accomplish this, man, with so much information out there? Okay? Alright, this right here is going to be our answer. Velocity banking. As you know, this is what I teach, man. This is what I like. Alright? So the goal is we want to kill this guy's debt. Alright, that's the goal. Velocity banking is going to show us how to do it. If you don't know what velocity banking is, go watch my video where I explain how to get out of debt using velocity banking. And I also, dive into the whole mechanics of it. In a short summary, all velocity banking is doing is using other people's money to pay credit, to use other people's money or credit to pay our expenses, and use income to pay the credit right back. We do it over and over again. This builds credit simultaneously while killing debt, lowering on interest, costs, and such. So this is my pretty little triangle that I do to try to explain it really, really simply. Alright, so diving right into this example here is we have an individual that's making $800 to $1,000 while in college. So they can't really work any more hours because they're working on getting their degree. They gotta go to school, they gotta study, they have to, pay for other things. They got you as a student, if you're a student, you understand what it's like having to balance work, school, study, family, friends, girlfriend, boyfriend, right? It can be hectic. So this is what we're working with right now, income. And as I explain this, I want you to step into this person's shoe and to really try to figure out, man, how do I kill this debt? How do I, win when I'm not making a lot of money right now? All right. So it's July 30th today, July 30th, yep. And we're stepping into August. So for this particular situation, we have a student in his last year of college, right? He's going to get a degree in engineering, all right, at UF, all right? So we have 8 to 14 months to build credit, to apply the velocity banking method to help us kill our student loan debt, right, and other debts that we have. All right, so for me, if I'm working with this individual, this is how I'm going to look at it. I'm like, all right, so I make $800 to $1,000 a month. Here are my expenses, $735. I currently have personal debt. I have a credit card, $1,500, $1,600 on it. I have another credit card that's totally maxed out, $6,500, okay? And I'm gonna step into right around 45 to 50K of student loan debt. It's probably gonna be lower for this particular individual, but I overshot it and just say, 50. But it's probably gonna be like 45. We'll see what it turns out to be. But this is what this person's gonna step into a year from now, okay? And here's their cash flow today, current cash flow, anywhere from 65 to $200, give or take, on average each and every month. All right. The goal for velocity banking for someone that doesn't have credit, okay, for this particular situation, this person's credit it's been tanked, all right, it's bad, all right, and we want to rebuild it, we want to fix it, we want to get it better, okay, so that we can ultimately get ourselves a personal line of credit anywhere from 5 to 10K to be able to chunk at that big student loan debt, which will come at us once we graduate. We got like that 6-month period to basically get ourselves together and figure out whether we're going to refinance, consolidate, try to get some other help to maybe get it killed. There's those student loan forgiveness plans. There's all kinds of things out there, all right? But what I know is that velocity banking is going to get us a lot faster to killing debt off than actually trying to refinance or consolidate. And I'll use real numbers. I'll lay it all out. I'm going to break this up into 2 parts, okay? So we're not really paying attention to the student loan debt right now because this individual is in college still. So they don't really have this debt yet, but they will, okay? But how do we prepare ourselves when we get there? And I think that's key for every college student out there right now that is, about to graduate. Maybe you're a year out or so, and you're like, that debt is coming at you hard, and you're just, putting it off. You're like, don't want to think about it. Let's think about it. Let's learn velocity banking. Let's get it down. All right, I'm here to help. So here's what I would do in my shoes, okay, if I was to step into this person's life, is I would go get myself a secured line of credit, okay, and I would get it for about $400, because what I know from this person's expenses living in college, not in a dorm, but like kind of living off campus, right? I know I can't pay certain things with credit, okay, but there's a lot of things that we can pay with credit so that we can start building some credit under our name. All right, so for this particular example, I know they have like $200 that goes towards groceries, and I think their electric is like $50, and let's see, whatever other expenses they may have, like little stuff, miscellaneous, right? Toothpaste, toilet tissue, shampoo, conditioner, all that stuff. Okay, body wash. Let's say it's like around $300 that they can run on a credit card to pay their expenses and use their income to pay the credit right back. And we're gonna do this for a year straight. We're just running it up, okay, and paying it right back without paying any interest. All right, so I want to start with 4. All right, get my secure line of credit. Some really good companies out there for secure line of credit. It's Capital One, okay. In South Florida area, Bright Star Credit Union, Broward is really good. Any type of non-for-profit bank is good for secured lines of credit. In this particular situation, we're going with Wells Fargo for a secured line of credit. The only thing is they have an annual fee of $25, which is not bad. There's other ones that are like $50, $60, $70 annual fee. So Wells Fargo, if you have a Wells Fargo checking account already, it would be wise to just go ahead and get a secured line of credit right from them, because it'll be that much more easier when you get your paycheck, goes into that checking account at Wells Fargo, and you have your secured credit card right there to be able to just make quick payments in and out. All right, so that's what we're doing for this situation. We're using Wells, gonna get that secure line of credit, day one, August to September, okay, we're gonna run our expenses through the credit card. Whatever I can pay with credit, I'm gonna use that card to pay my expenses, and I'm gonna use my income to pay the credit right back. Okay, so I'm not adding any other expense. We're not wasting money by using the credit card, all right? And we're gonna do this consistently for the next rest of the whole semester, right? The rest of that school year before I graduate, which is gonna build my credit rapidly, okay? While I'm doing this, I have this cash flow here, 65 bucks to 200, okay? Every 2 or 3 months, let's say you managed, to hit the 200 of cash flow. So 2, 4, 6, right? Every 3 months, what I'm gonna have this individual do, call up the bank, be like, hey, I wanna increase my line of credit, I wanna secure it with more money. Why would I do that? Simply because the more credit space I have, the less utilization, the better my credit score will go up. So in the beginning, you started out with 4, but you're using like 300, okay? That's high credit utilization. Most of you people know out there, you're only supposed to use like 30%. To me, that's fake, all right? I don't believe in that stuff. Me, I run up my credit cards like crazy, and I just pay it right back in the same month. Never get charged any interest. I never have any issues applying for new lines of credit or credit cards. I get mail all the time with promotions and things like that. I really don't have an issue. Well, for this scenario, when you're in the weeds, okay, and your credit is bad, all right, because you're young, or you don't have, or you had credit and you got destroyed by parents, okay, because they needed it, or whatever it is, all right, we're gonna start, we're gonna get it done, okay. Every 2 to 3 months, we're gonna increase the line of credit to build that space, okay, and after 1 year of doing this, after 1 year of using credit to pay the expenses, using my income to pay the credit right back, okay, we're gonna graduate, okay, that's the term when you have a secured line of credit. You'll graduate after a year, okay, and you'll let Wells Fargo know, all right, I'm ready to graduate, that's the word. And you just be like, look, I want this to be, I want my money back, and you give me an unsecured line of credit. Most of the time, they'll just do it right away. After that year period, like maybe a year and a month, or right at a year, they'll give you back your money. So the goal is to get to $2,000. The reason why is if my cash flow after 8 months, right, 2 times 800 or 2 times 150, okay, rough number, $2,000 was the goal. I started at 4. After 8 months, right as I graduate, okay, I should be at this number. It's gonna go from secured to unsecured, all right? They're gonna give me back my cash, plus they're gonna give me an unsecured line of credit for $2,000. They might even raise it, depending on, you've been making your payments every single month for the past 8, 9 months. And from there, right, I'm gonna apply for a personal line of credit. South Florida area, look at the credit unions. Bright Star is really cool. Tropical, something, South Florida Credit Union. You can look at Space Coast, although I don't think they do personal lines of credit. I'm not too sure. There's a few. There's options, right? You want to look at if they do personal line of credit, not loans. You want a line of credit, personal line of credit. You need to know the difference, okay? With a decent interest rate, anywhere from 8 to 15 is fine. It's not going to kill you, okay? Because the interest It's calculated simple, not amortized like that student loan. Okay? So let's see. Recap. I've been talking a lot. Alright, let me rewind. Income is here during the school year. Here are my expenses during the school year. Here's my current debt, these debts that I'm paying down. Here's my cash flow each and every month. My goal is to get that secured line of credit to at least $2,000. Okay, I'm gonna get my money back after I graduate, plus I get an unsecured line of credit for that amount or higher. And then I'm gonna go ahead and apply for a personal line of credit anywhere from 5 to 10 grand. Okay? If you don't get accepted, usually what's nice with credit unions is they work with you. You know, you become a member there. You know, you build rapport. Really, that's all it is. You know, there's a person on the other side when you're applying for things. So as long as you can build rapport with that person, you shouldn't have any issue getting yourself a line of credit for as little as anywhere from 5 to 10 grand. I know they go even lower, like 2 or 3,000. Hey, as long as you get something, it's a start. Because here's what we're gonna do. As soon as we get a line of credit, I'm gonna tackle this. I'm gonna make a chunk payment on that using the line of credit so that I no longer pay interest on that. The minimum payment that I was making on it, 60, 50, 40 bucks, whatever it was, it's gonna come back to me. I just created a new debt here, so you're like, how do we solve for that? Really easy. Use the entire paycheck that you get and you dump it into the line of credit. Okay? And you only take out what you need to pay for your expenses. Okay? So here's the timeline now. We graduated, got our degree. Okay, for this particular situation, this guy's getting an engineering degree, so we're making a bet that we're gonna make anywhere from 40 to 50K a year. That's the bet. That's what we're shooting for. Okay? And now we have 6 months before this student loan kicks in. That's 6 months, so we have to really be aggressive by taking this out and also taking this out. Why would I do that? Why would I pay these off first before tackling the bigger debt? The reason why is these things have been lurking on this person for so long that as soon as they get it paid off, it's gonna boost their credit score a little bit higher, right? The utilization is gonna go down, okay? And they might get access to more line of credit further down the road, which is gonna help them big. Another reason is their income. We're betting that their income's gonna go up like 2,000, right? If they're making 8 to 1,000, right? And you make a jump from 40 to 50, you should be making anywhere from like 2,500 a month to like 3,300, depending on, you know, tax bracket, whatever it may be a year from now. Okay, we don't know. But we are making that bet that our income's going to go up because we have a degree. Okay, and we're gonna land that job. Okay? And then we're gonna have an increase in cash flow, and we're gonna focus on, after boom, we killed that one, now we gotta focus on this one. Okay, because these things are already accruing interest. This one hasn't accrued interest just yet. It's deferred. It is gaining interest while it's deferred, but you're not exactly paying it right now. You'll pay it later. Okay? So this is phase 1. Okay, phase 1. To recap. Alright? You're in your last year of college and you're wondering, how am I gonna pay off my current debts that I have, my own credit cards, and then I'm stepping into more student loans as soon as I graduate is when I get the whole bulk of it, right? What am I to do? Here's what we need to learn. We need to learn velocity banking so that we can kill debt, to increase our cash flow, to lower expenses, to raise our credit score. All right, so I'm going to leave it right at this for now. Watch part 2 to this specific scenario. I'm going to erase this whole thing, and I'm going to fast forward to when this person is graduating. Okay, so we're laying out this 5-year plan. All right, and for this particular individual, it's going to help them a ton, right? And they can come back and watch it, listen to it over and over again. If you're a student out there, you want to look for some help on how to kill your student loans, how to build credit, increase your cash flow, lower your expenses, look no further. I'm your guy. All right. That's it. Bomb. Done. Part 2 coming up. All right.